Rajalakshmi Joshi, how big an opportunity is this for DK Shivkumar, knowing that in the past as well, people who have taken the responsibility of a chief minister and have done the work, have elevated the state, have gone on to become prime ministers?
Yeah, I think you are asking about if Mr. DK Shivkumar will be able to take Karnataka to new heights or something to that effect.
The Karnataka as well as the Congress party. We
Yeah.
all know he's a very dynamic leader. We all know that. He's a dynamic leader, he's foresighted, and he knows how to get through a crisis.
Yes, definitely, Vineet. Mr. DK Shivkumar is a tall leader in the Congress, and I'm sure he also is the deep pockets of the Karnataka Congress. So he is the one who is supposed to be the one with the money bags, and obviously he is a big asset to the Karnataka Congress, and also added to the fact that he has great organizational skill, and he is somebody who is definitely a grassroots leader. That is definitely there for sure. So he will have a nice, good control over a lot of things. So all of that is there. I'm not really sure about this smooth transition, etc. Because very frankly, now we are speaking about, we have been hearing this thing about end of an era and about how Mr. Siddaramaiah was this tall, stellar leader who took Karnataka to whatever great heights, etc., etc. In fact, he has taken it to great depths. So, and yesterday, during his talk, when he was giving his farewell speech, he was speaking about how the BJP had left him with a huge debt, and that is the reason why he was not able to perform. That is exactly what he has said in Kannada. And Mr. Syed Abbas is assuming that none of us know anything about Bangalore or about Karnataka. That is not so. I am originally from Karnataka, and I definitely know what is happening there. I have my roots and origins there. So the fact of the matter is that a lot of things have definitely gone haywire in Karnataka ever since he took over. And I have an exact list of all the kind of financial debts that the state of Karnataka has fallen to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rajalakshmi, I want to come back to you once again. Do you think Siddaramaiah now, like Mr. Venkat Narayanan were also telling us, by declining this position in the Rajya Sabha, has actually thrown a spanner in the works?
Kriti, yes, I was listening to what Mr. S. Venkat Narayan was saying. And what he was talking about was a very ideal situation. And, what he was suggesting was something that ideally government should do, ideally a chief minister or a former chief minister should be doing, or a political leader should be doing. But now that those things don't really happen that way in the Congress. Now, the way I see it is that Mr. Siddaramaiah he has brought out this issue of the caste census, which was totally unnecessary at this time. So he has, on his way out, he has put Mr. DK Shivakumar or whoever takes over the mantle, he has put them in a fix. So, and the fact that he is going to stay back in the Karnataka State Assembly, so it creates two different power factions there. So, this is definitely going to cause some kind of friction even in the days ahead. So that was exactly the reason why he was being offered the post of the for Rajya Sabha member. So, the fact that he actually was not able to perform as well as he should have. See, he was in his speech. He spoke about how the government before him, the BJP government, had left a huge debt. He spoke about that, and he said that that was the reason why I could not perform. So let me just I also wanted to fact check that a little bit. If you can spare some time for me, Kriti, can I do that?
Yeah, please, very quickly.
So just in brief, when he was taking over, there was the state of Karnataka had a debt of 5,50,000 crores. So that was the kind of debt of Karnataka, and the annual net borrowings of the state had actually dropped to 44,000 crores. So, and that also the state was at that time just recovering from the corona pandemic. So the BJP government had that issue as well to counter. Now, after that, even after Mr. Siddaramaiah took charge in the first year, his annual borrowings from 44,000, it shot up to 90,000 crores. And then in the second year, it went up to 1,07,000 crores. And currently, it is 1,16,000 crores. That is the kind of an annual borrowing. And the state faces a debt of 7,64,000 crores. So that is how it is. So it is not as if it was because of the debt by the BJP government. In fact, the BJP government left him with a surplus of a revenue surplus of 0.1% of GSDP, and he leaves the next chief minister with a deficit of 1% of GSDP. So that is how things are. And yes, I do understand that he has had to have a huge spending on the 5 guarantees, which everybody knew was almost an impossible task. But then for everything, they were looking to the center for assistance, like whether it may be about the 10 kg rice or about a lot of other things. They were expecting subsidies from the center. And the center rightly cannot actually perform as per the whims and fancies of whatever poll promises are made by political parties without even consulting the center. So they were assuming that the center should be helping them in performing or in delivering these promises. And when they were not able to do so, they actually hiked up the rates of the bus fares for the men. And they hiked up the charges for electricity, for all the duties, for the petrol, for everything possible. And it was just for accommodating free bus rides for women. And also to give some few kgs of free rice to everybody. That too, then it all started coming with terms and conditions. So it's not very easy to deliver all these 5 guarantees, and obviously that has had a huge dent in the exchequer. And but today, during his farewell speech, he was talking as if it was because of the BJP that he was not able